Okay guys, the main reason I'm doing this is because I had a case this past week where I tried to speak at my hearing, my final judgment hearing. The judge pretty much rolled his eyes and just shut me down and said, "What difference does it make? What difference does it make, sir, is you are aiding and abetting fraud when I try to present my case and you just rolled your eyes and shut me down." Well, let me just keep going into this prospectus. Here is the table of contents. Basically, these prospectuses are usually 3 to 6 inches thick sometimes, so there's a lot of reading. You can go down, 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 down. Just pretty much I'm just pointing out the important issues. Here is the summary and the parties to this entire transaction. The issuing entity, that's where all the mortgages are. The depositor, sponsor, seller, service, trustee. We'll come back to that one. Okay. And the mortgage loans are acquired in a pool. Okay. The mortgage pool. Pretty much what this is consider your loan is in a loaf of bread. Each piece or each slice is sold to investors. So pretty much a loaf of bread is under many investors. The assignment of mortgage. Okay, the original note endorsed in blank without recourse. You paying attention? They can pretty much commit fraud anytime. A delivered lost note affidavit in lieu of any original mortgage note has been lost. Well, that's the case, and if it is indeed lost, they should follow up with this. Securities Exchange Act 1934, and here's your requirements. Okay, you're required to report anything that's missing or lost, and this is the form that you should be filling out. So basically, if they never reported it missing, then it's not, right? So they should have this form filled out. Okay. Here we have the originator, again, IndyMac. Here we have IndyMac servicing the loans, and we establish is not custodial rights. Here is limitations and liability. Pretty much is saying, you know, you're going to protect us, right? You're going to protect everyone in the trust. The sponsor, IndyMac, once again. Okay? It acquires mortgages through securitization. And then right here, none of the 10 that include residential have ever been pretty much in trouble before. Oh, that's lies. Okay, now here is where you need to pay attention. Okay, depositor, IndyMac, MBS. The issuing entity, that's where your loan is. Okay, now here, the trustee will serve as trustee of the issuing entity and acts on behalf of the issuing entity. Okay, here's your trustee, and there is the company that holds the note. Okay, will act as trustee, calculation agent, and custodian. As custodian, Deutsche Bank National Trust Company will maintain the mortgage files in secure, fire-resistant facilities. You hear that? Will not physically segregate the mortgage files in custody, but the mortgage files will be kept in shared facilities. Maybe MERS? Held by the trustee on behalf of the trust, Deutsche Bank has no legal proceedings that would materially affect its ability to perform in such duties as trustee. Okay. That's the location. And here is pretty much the trustee and any director, officer, employee of or agent of the trustee will be identified by the trust against any loss, liability, or expense incurred by the trustee arising out of or in connection with the acceptance of administration of its obligation and duties under the pooling and servicing agreement, other than loss, liability, or expense. So pretty much they're protecting. They're being paid. IndyMac servicer is being paid to be protected. And there you have it. Now, a question about assigning the mortgage and how MERS comes to play. Pretty much to transfer mortgage, these are the requirements. Okay? But according to MERS, it's by virtue. I don't know what that means, but I do. And it has to be notarized. Right? The transfer of a promissory note, a negotiable instrument. These are requirements. So when I went prepared to, my hearing, this all here, all these files, I made copies, one for, the plaintiff's attorney and one for the judge. I mean, it's got to be at least 500 pages. She showed up with 10 pages, and those 10 pages were pretty much every document that I requested for them to compel or demand to show and send me proof. I sent the bank 2 times, probably now it's going over a year ago, a qualified written request so they can provide me with my documents. Never happened. I did it again January 29th, I believe. I still haven't seen anything. But I showed up with court with all of my files. Okay? All these files as proof. The judge never asked the plaintiff's attorney to show one single document. She did not have the note. She did not have the assignments. She did not have anything to show. I had all this to show, and he said, "What difference does it make? Sir, you are aiding and abetting huge fraud here."